Hello Star Citizens, Buzzkiller here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Drake Buccaneer. So the Drake Buccaneer, also known as the Buck, is billed as an interdictor. Now CIG also says it's a scrapper, designed to maneuver and fight above its weight class. They also say that this rough and tumble frontier fighter can be maintained in the worst of conditions in order to keep real working space crews alive. So what does that mean? Well, interdiction, according to Google, is the action of intercepting and preventing the movement of prohibited commodities or persons. Oh, what does that sound like to you folks? Sounds like it's designed to catch ships and stop them. And in less than reputable hands, they're not going after prohibited cargo, or maybe they are. They're just going after cargo. So it's a pirate ship. It's a pirate interceptor. Now, of course, it doesn't have any cargo capacity, so you're not going to be taking that loot anywhere. Instead, you'll have to have some kind of support ship, maybe a Cutlass or a Caterpillar, in order to carry away whatever goods that you've interdicted. Is that a word? I guess. I don't know. Anyway, as a scrapper designed to maneuver and fight above its weight class, well, I'll tell you right now, this ship maneuvers like a dream, at least right now in the current build, which is Alpha 2.62 Alpha. It's the PTU build, so it's pretty early, so things could change, and things will always change. Things will change. I shouldn't say could change, because things will change. But right now, it is an extremely maneuverable ship with a very nice array of weapons. So let's still go ahead and take a look at those. Now for weapons on the wingtips, we have two main hard points. You have a size 3 hard point and a size 1 hard point. Now the size 1 hard point, as you can see, comes stock with a longsword, 9 series longsword ballistic cannon. And the size 3 hard point comes with a gimbaled size 2 Badger repeater. So not bad. Also on the wings we have a size 3 missile pylon that carries 2 size 2 Rattler missiles. Now these are probably one of my favorite missiles in the game. These are one of the ones that actually splits up into, I believe it is 7 sub-munitions after you fire it. So you have a swarm of missiles heading towards your target, and it's really fun to watch. Now also on the back of the ship, on the top of the ship, where in the concept it was on the belly, now it's on the top, we have a size 4 unmanned turret. And that has 2, I believe that's Scorpion ballistic repeater cannons on top. And that's a lot of firepower. But what's nice is you can also trade that size 4 turret for a size 4 fixed weapon. So if you want to put a huge cannon on the back or a huge laser, you can do that. And that's actually how I think I prefer to fly the ship. As a joystick pilot, I tend to prefer fixed weapons, so I'll replace this with a size 3 repeater, and I usually replace this with a size 1 repeater just for, just for continuity and firing convergence. And on the back, I tend to put the big cannon off of the Starfarer. I can't remember quite what it's called. I think it's the C117. Well, heck, let's take a look, and I'll tell you. So where are we? The Bear. Okay, C788 ballistic cannon. This big monster. That's what I usually put on the back, and look how that fits. That looks so nice. I like that a lot. That's just cool. Anyway, the ship itself, let's go ahead and take a look. It has supposedly 16 maneuvering thrusters. Now, I haven't found them all, but I do know that they're fixed maneuvering thrusters, and they're rather small, TR1s. There's one of them there. And it has, on top of that, 2 fixed retro thrusters. And I think I don't know if that's supposed to be an intake or if that's the retro thruster. They don't fire yet in the current build, but, oh well. Stuff will be added, but of course it has these two TR2 main thrusters, which put out a lot of thrust. Looks like on the back there we have our countermeasure launcher, our tuck-away landing gear. Now this is a little bit different from the concept. In the concept, the landing gear were exposed, but in the retail version, the current version, these fold up into that back bay. Again, massive engines, a lot of maneuvering thrusters. The ship handles really well. It looks like we're moving a little bit on the pad, but that's an old bug. All right, let's take a close look at the ship. Of course, the standard level of detail we expect from CIG, all the rivets are there, the little stickers, the panels. Supposedly there's some access panels for equipment somewhere. And what looks like a set of bright headlights. Landing gear, standard tripod configuration here. Of course, the close-up of those engines. Some nice detail. The irising thruster shrouds here actually do work. I notice it does actually have running gear. Red on the left. Green on the right. So if you ever watched any of my Space Engineers videos, I usually put those on all of my ships. So it's pretty cool that they've added that. And yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a small fighter. There's not a whole lot to it. Let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit, and you can see the entry animation. Now, I like how this opens. It feels kind of like a DeLorean with the way the gull wings open. Very nice. Standard stick in the middle, throttle on the left. The Drake panel that we're all used to with the 4 MFDs and the central, very basic radar, which I actually prefer. I prefer that over the globe. It's a lot easier to read. A lot of basic switches. Nothing fancy in a Drake ship. Just very basic. Just what you need. Dials, switches. Cheap, easy to maintain. Viewing angles are decent. It's very boxy. But it doesn't look like it provides much protection. But of course this is a Drake ship and they're not designed... Well, the smaller ones are not designed to have a whole lot of armor. They're just designed to get the job done. So really nice. Very cool. Alright, that about wraps up our in-hangar look. Let's see how she does in space. Okay, so here we are in some free flight. Let's see what this ship is capable of. Alright, right off the bat, you can see we're doing 220 in SCM, which is not bad. It's upper tier. About the same speed as a Gladius. So let's hit that afterburner. And look at that acceleration. 710, just like that. That's quick. That's really quick. The Gladius, I believe, tops out somewhere around 550, whereas this ship has 710. Now that's pretty fast. They might change it. Of course, everything, as I said, in Star Citizen is subject to change, so this could change by the live release even. Ship maneuverability, as I said, is amazing. Watch that center reticle, forward direction indicator. Pretty snappy. Of course, if you disable G-Safe, it's even faster, and watch out because you will pass out. So let me go ahead and do that. A little bit faster in the yaw. Oh yeah, a lot faster in pitch. As you can see, I'm already trying to pass out. Well, that was close. So the ship is definitely more capable than your pilot. Now hopefully in the future we'll get some G suits that'll allow us to handle more Gs, and we'll be able to take advantage of some of these more maneuverable ships like this and the M50 and the Gladius. We'll be able to wring every last bit out of those fighters. Should be pretty awesome. Rotational translation. Let me turn G-Safe back on again. Yaw. Pretty good. There's a little bit of a lag when you're changing directions. Pitch. About the same speed. Roll. Not bad. It's not the fastest. But God, that acceleration. Let's go take a few laps around this asteroid. I'm going to use a little bit of strafing action to keep us off the asteroid while looking at it. Whoa. Is there a way out? No, there's no way out. Whoa, stop. I thought I might find a little tunnel there, but nope, that was a dead end. I might notice I'm looking around as I'm flying. I am using joysticks, but I also have Track IR enabled, which is another feature that has been re-enabled for 2.6.2. Thank goodness. I've been waiting for that for a long time. I miss being able to control gimbals while flying joystick. The situational awareness is also very, very nice. Alright, let's take a look at the weapons. Since I do have the stock loadout on, we'll check out the firing arcs of the weapons themselves. We'll use this big asteroid here as a target. Alright, so firing group 1 fires all your wing-mounted weapons, your 2 fixed long swords, and your repeaters, which are on gimbals. So you'll see the long swords. I don't know how well you can see it, but they are firing straight forward, and the repeaters are gimbaling. So let's see, left to right. Looks like about there is the limit. Up, down. Okay, so just below the crossbar there is the upper limit. And I really can't tell what the lower limit is, but it's pretty far. So standard for wing-mounted weapons with gimbals. Actually pretty good for wing-mounted weapons with gimbals. So let's take a look at the turret up top with the 2 scorpions on it. Now I was a little disappointed with this one. I was expecting a very, very wide horizontal arc. In fact, I was hoping you'd be able to spin this turret around 180 and shoot at targets behind you. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It looks like the side-to-side arc is from about there to about there. So really kind of limited, surprisingly so. Up-down is pretty good. Up anyway. Looks like just above the crossbar there. And down. Looks like just about the nose area is about as far as it goes down, which is understandable because it's on top. But again, I just wish that side to side was a little bit wider, or even better, 360. But I guess there's some concessions you have to make for such a maneuverable and heavy hitting ship. Speaking of concessions, the armor and the shields are paper thin. You really have to keep moving in this ship to avoid fire. Any sustained fire, you're going to take some heavy damage. Though surprisingly, the weapons and everything hold up really well. I think that's a patched fix they made in 2.6.1. But man, the ship is fast. Alright, let's take a look at external view and check out some of the animations. Of course, you can see the turret moving in its limited arc there. Up, down, yep. Nice. Of course, the irising engines. And then you can see all those fixed thrusters firing. I think there's, whoa, 7 on top? Wow. See up top, on the bottom. Looks like only 3 on the bottom. about 4 on the sides. And of course you have your retro thrusters there, but I don't see any effects for them, so I'm not sure if those are actually them. Could just be intakes. And of course your 2 TR2 main thrusters, very nice. Alright, let's find some light and I'll show you the landing gear animations. There we go, that's not too bad. Again, standard tripod configuration, but with a little twist and that the rear landing gear fold up into the belly. Pretty nice. And of course, in and out. Looks like this is going to be one of those ships that's nice to fly around and do 0G missions in, because you can get in and out very easily, fairly quickly. And the ship is actually fairly stable once you get out. So, really nice. Overall, I think the Drake Buccaneer is a nice addition to your fighter fleet if you're looking for an interceptor. Something cheap, something reliable. Maybe not the best armor. Really good firepower, amazing maneuverability. Overall, very, very nice ship. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like and or subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And until next time, this has been Buzzkiller, and I'll see you in the verse.